Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty, Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be discussing today? See, today we will be discussing about an article mentioned in your Al Jazeera where it says that what does Israel want in Somaliland? Now, we have seen your Israel come into news for your attacks with respect to your Gaza, with respect to your Iran, with respect to Houthi attack, with respect to Hamas attack. So all of this is now what is this with respect to Somaliland that is in news? See, first and foremost, if you say why exactly Somaliland matters, let me explain it like a simple story. First and foremost, if you see, your Houthis are a rebel faction or a terror outfit according to your USA whose strong presence is in Yemen. Understanding? Your Houthis are a faction who are backed and supported by your Iran. So Houthis are seen as a proxy for your Iran. Understanding? Now your Houthis had attacked Israel in order to fight for your Palestinian cause or for what happened in Gaza. Israel did conduct a lot of long range missile attack, air attack. It tried to even in fact reach out to the deeps, your top leaders of it be killed. All this happened, yet what they found out was they are not able to deter your Houthis, or the effect that we got from that is not a very flying colors, or it is like below the level that what your Israel expected. So now what your Israel is thinking is, see, above Israel there is always a threat of your Lebanon's Hezbollah, but Hezbollah is weakening. But now with the Houthis who have attacked Israel, this brings us to the new chapter where Israel is looking to find for new allies. Understanding, after your 2-year Gaza fiasco that happened, now they want to be strategically positioned in a place that gives them strategic leverage. Strategic leverage where, understand this, Israel is somewhere, your Houthis in Yemen or somewhere. I will show it to you in the map. But how would it be for Israel if they are just going to be viewing 300 kilometers far away as to what your Houthis are doing? Don't you think that is a strategic leverage that Israel will have and a threat for your Houthis? So all this I'm talking about is Houthis and Israel. Where is Somaliland coming from? Somaliland is a self-proclaimed independent state. Internationally, it has not been recognized. US has not recognized. But your Somaliland is a part of Somalia where they are claiming they are wanting to be an independent country. And they wrote for almost 193 nations and only one country wrote back in response. And that is your Israel. Israel is claiming that it is thinking of recognizing Somaliland. Now remember when I told you when Israel can spy on Houthis with just 300 kilometers distance, that is if it sits in Somaliland. How will Israel sit in Somaliland? See, Somaliland is wanting for recognition more than anything now. For that, they are thinking it is a existential necessity that they need that international recognition. If Israel recognizes, understanding, then it will also invite backlash from your African countries, Middle Eastern countries, all of them. But see, your Israel can bear the heat because either way, people are going to criticize the ones who are already criticizing Israel. But what will happen to Somaliland? A break will be got of recognition. At the same point of time, Israel also should get something in return for getting that heat. What will it get? It will be getting the access to Somaliland to see or spy or calculate its report on Houthis. Understanding? So this is where your Houthis comes into the picture with regarding to Somaliland and Israel. So why Somaliland matters? It's a self-declared state, and also it lies on the Gulf of Aden near the Red Sea choke point. Your Israel had announced recognition of Somaliland in the late 2025. Based on this, the Houthi chief had held that any presence of Israel in Somaliland will be treated as a military attack or a target. Now, recently, Somaliland has also held that they would be open to Israeli presence in their land, indicating it is a win-win for each. Or otherwise, in present day world, largely, especially from your US, also we are observing transactional diplomacy. Understanding? So, what was the immediate trigger? The Houthis have started attacking the shipping in the Red Sea, specifically targeting your Israeli ships. Now, see who controls what in Yemen. Do you see this brown zone, including the capital Sanaa? This region is controlled by your Houthis. This is by the government. Now, this narrow strip, can you see? This is Bab el Mandeb Strait. This is the most important shipping choke point. Understanding? So, do you see this? This is very important. And now, see here I told you is Houthis. Here is where is your Somalia. And this junction is where we are speaking about Somaliland. Understanding? Now, if you see specifically here, this is Gulf of Aden, this is Somaliland. Do you see this region? This chunk. Okay. Now, what has happened means the importance, the strategic importance, if you see, of Somaliland, it is just across Gulf of Aden and distance is hardly just 500 kilometers. And most important region is the Berbera port, okay, which is also located near the Bab el Mandeb and world's busiest shipping lanes. This particular region has invited and hosted your USA, UAE, understand? So this is a very important junction. Now, when Somaliland told this, Somalia also criticized, telling that no, this is wrong. Whatever it is there, let us resolve that in Mogadishu. And also, they have already set up a federal type of system here, and they're even Somalia is even going ahead to listen and heed to the demands of your Somaliland. But at this point of time, your Somaliland is hell-bent on the fact that they want international recognition, for which Israel has the advantages of intelligence and surveillance, forward security presence, and your Somaliland could act as a forward base, which will be easier to see and target and keep a watch on your Houthi attacks. See, first thing is your Israel, after your Houthi attack, has realized one important thing. It is no longer going to go only for traditional state alliance, but also beyond. And in fact, so much so that after the isolation in the Gaza war, they have started to view things. For example, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has publicly thanked your Mossad chief. Understanding? So, the military learnings of the Red Sea conflict has taught them one thing. Israeli strikes can reach Yemen, but it has not deterred your Houthis. So, because of this, your Israeli think tanks have called for doctrinal overhaul, and they are seeing that Somaliland fits right into the picture. Why Somaliland agreed? Again, it wants international recognition, and these people are ready to give it. What was the reaction? Somalia condemned the move and held that Somaliland is an integral part of Somalia. Same thing was with respect to your Africa and Middle East, where they had a strong condemnation and they held that this is violative of territorial norms. Now, many of the experts claim that Israel is ready to even bear that, because those who are criticizing now have been criticizing before also. So diplomatically, they'd have nothing much to lose. But your Somaliland has one tick of an international recognition. Your Houthis, again, as usual, they have held that this will be met as a military attack. How is United States viewing this? So, United States US President Donald Trump has held that he has seen what Israel has did, but he will not be following the same path as Israel, but he is being studying that topic. So much so that many US senators have even held that Somaliland appears in Project 2025, which is considered as the guiding policy for your US President Donald Trump. At the same point of time, in the United Nations also, the people, especially from your US and senators, they did not condemn Israel for doing so, which means US also reiterated that it has not recognized Somaliland and its policy has not changed, but at the same point from it has not even criticized Israel for doing so. So what we are trying to see is new avenues that Israel is trying to take up in order to post your Gaza to your war. It is trying to try different approaches rather than the traditional conventional state alliances. So, and it also tells that it is looking for a long-term solution in the region rather than short-term based. Understanding? With this, we come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.